everyone, welcome to today's live stream. I'm the new guy, Chachi, and you probably have already guessed what today's live stream is going to be about. The new MSI Oculux NXG25R eSports gaming monitor. But before I dive into the topic, we have another giveaway. So as you can see, please go to msi.com/2/insider and register, and maybe, who knows, throughout the stream, because I'll be drawing winners and you might be one of the winners to win a game code. But don't worry, even if you don't win a game code by the end of the stream, you can still get a copy of the game code if you purchase one of the MSI RTX 2070, 2080, 2080 Ti, or a desktop with one of these cards in it. So you go for it. And also, we have a Christmas special this year. So on December the 26th, we'll have a Christmas special, and until then, you can send in your questions, your questions about the gamers, maybe something that you've always wanted to ask us, about us, Eric, who's always on the Diet Coke, why? So send in your best questions, and we'll see and select the best questions, and the best questions will receive a surprise from the Santa. Okay, before I dive into the topic, I'll briefly go through the agenda with you, just to give you an idea, what you can expect this stream. So first of all, I'll be demonstrating, the product, showing you the outside, and then I'll be talking about the features and what the monitor is all about. Okay, so back to the topic. Unfortunately today, I do not have an unboxing for you, because the box is empty. But what I do have is a very nice video to give you a brief overview of what this monitor, this esports gaming monitor, is all about. So let's get to it. The G-SYNC, of course, the star of the monitor. And our Mystic lights, which I'll also be covering later in the stream, so tune in. Oh, maybe something else that I forgot to mention to you guys is that you have to stay tuned in, because later we'll be having some professional gamers joining us to talk about their experience in esports and everything that you might always have wanted to ask them. You can just ask them in the chat, because I'll be keeping an eye with the chat, and I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. And the games that we'll be playing later will be Rocket League, CSGO, and Rainbow Six Siege. So guys, stay tuned in, and more fun later in the stream. Alright, I hope you have seen the video and already have a brief idea, what the video is actually about. So let's dive right into it. Here's the bad boy, well, the empty box. And as you can see, this monitor is already the monitor of choice for Method, as I can't really reach it, but down the corner you can already see that. This is already the monitor of choice for many esports teams, and well, we're gonna see why that is. So let's put this box on the side and reveal the monitor. Voila! And here I am. So here's the front side of the monitor, and of course it's easily adjusted in height and easily tilted to have the right angle, view angle, the way you like it. As you can see on the front side, I'll push it a bit close into the camera. You can see that it has a very thin bezel-less design and a very clean front side. Not even the MSI logo. This is to really avoid any distraction that you might have during your competitive gameplay, because any distraction at a fraction of a second can mean that you have lost a round. So we really want to make sure, since this is really an esports title gaming monitor, that we want to make sure that there is no distraction while you are trying to be on your best. Okay, so let's turn into the side. Here you can see, oh, I see the chat is already going off, guys. Take it easy. Let me see if there's any interesting questions here that I can ask, that I can answer already. Okay. All right. not questions yet. So sorry. So on the back side here, you can already see we have three. Yes, you can see USB 3 hub for all your gaming peripherals. So you know your headset or your keyboard or just some random USB that you need to plug in for some file transfer. Go right ahead. And going to the back, which is really sexy. The first thing you're gonna notice is that there's a huge logo of Nvidia's G-SYNC. And also, usually this part will be green, obviously, because that's Nvidia's color. But here, it's not really showing any color, or it's just a bit fuzzy. That's because of, obviously, the green screen setting that we have right here. That's why it's also being keyed away. So don't worry about that. The same goes for our Mystic light here. We have a light strip here, which is now actually green, but you can't see it obviously because of the green screen. And later I'll be diving into this to show you, everything about the Mystic light and what it can do. So, what's on the back side? Here you can also see a red little button. This is our joystick, a 5-way joystick, and after pressing it, a gaming OSD menu will pop up where you can set up some gaming profiles, or just adjust any other monitor settings. You can also just push it on the left or to the right, up and down. It will give you a shortcut to the option that will be very easily adjustable instead of just going through the whole menu. And here you can already see there's a hole here. This is obviously for the cable management. As you can see, there are a lot of cables plugged into the monitor already, and that's because we want to have this bad boy ready to be played at later in the stream, as I already mentioned, when the pro gamers are coming to join the stream. So yeah, obviously you have some cable management here, and well, of course you're gonna be wondering, what can you stick into your monitor? Well, here, first of all, you have the USB cable. This is, to really power on the USB hub and also to control the Mystic light. And also we have one HDMI port, one display port, and one headphone jack. Of course, the power cable is there too, without saying. And well, maybe you really enjoy LAN parties. Maybe you have a brother at home that likes to steal your monitor. For that, if you want to make sure that your monitor is safe, we have a Kensington lock here, which will really make sure that your monitor is safe the way you want it if you're not present. So that's it for the backside and this beautiful little beast. And I'll see if there's any question. Oh, I see there's someone saying, isn't this monitor supposed to be 0.5 millisecond response time? You're confused. Well, don't be confused, because this is a 1 millisecond response time monitor, which I'm going to be diving into right after this, so you're actually ahead of me. If there's anything else, well, there's someone asking, is it worth upgrading from the 60 Hz panel to this one? Well, if you ask me, yeah. Later I will be telling you, what is it that's really so special about the 240 Hz. And so I'll be answering that question later. And you're a bit ahead. Okay. Seems like someone really likes the monitor. That's good. Thank you. Okay. So let's dive into what the monitor is really about, the features, and for this I have a little slide to help you guys with. So as you have already known, this is a 240 Hz monitor with 1 millisecond response time, also including our iconic Mystic light, and not to mention it's a bad boy who has the G-SYNC. So first of all, I've already briefly touched on that this eSports gaming monitor is already being the monitor of choice for many eSporters, and also this is the same case with Method, and there's a short quote from their co-founder Scott McMillan. The MSI monitors ensure that their players perform at the highest level possible. Well, true, because this is also what we have intended for this monitor in the esports competitive world, that the players can also use this monitor to practice with, and also during the actual tournaments that they will be still using the same quality. So further, let's dive into the monitor itself. To begin with, it's a TN panel. For some of you that has a lot of knowledge about displays, have already guessed, well, with 240 Hz, it's going to be a TN panel, because that TN panel is really going to ensure that we have the fast refresh rate, the 240 Hz that we really want to have for this monitor. Also, this is coupled with the response time of 1 millisecond. So to the guy that was a bit confused later, it's not a 0.5, it's a 1 millisecond refresh rate. And okay, maybe I should also tell you, a bit about the naming, because this is called the Oculus NXG25R. The Oculus NXG25 is going to be the series name for this series of monitors, and this is the first model. So later there will be another model coming out, but this is not what the stream is about. So you can just remember, if you see Oculus NXG, you can know that, okay, this is the Nvidia G-SYNC lineup. Okay, so the response time. So I already said this monitor has 1 millisecond response time. So the lower this number is, the faster the transition is between the pixels. So you want to ultimately have the lowest possible response time, because there will be like the least input lag. Okay, so next, I've already talked about the 240 Hz that this monitor is actually all about. It's okay, so 240 Hz is the refresh rate of the monitor. So it's a fixed refresh rate of the monitor until you activate G-SYNC. Of course, then it's not fixed anymore. But if G-SYNC is not activated, it's going to be a fixed refresh rate that your monitor refreshes per second, so 240 times. So please don't confuse this with the frame rate per second, because the frame rate per second is the amount of frames per second that your graphics card is going to be pushing out to your monitor. So the graphics card is going to generate all the frames per second, and this is going to be variable, it's not fixed. And it's going to be sending all the data to your monitor. And then your monitor have to process the frames. And as you can already maybe imagine, okay, but the monitor is fixed and the GPU is not fixed, that there might be some conflict. And if you're thinking that correct, and I'll be coming to that later, but right now, okay, so a lot of eSport game titles, they are very high framed. You can think about CS:GO or Rocket League, Overwatch, because high framed setting is going to be really beneficial in those situations, in those games, because you really want to have those smooth gameplay that you really will have to prefer in those situations, because you need that competitive advantage. And the smoother your screen is going to be, the more advantage you're going to have, because during the movement, there's going to be blur. But it's not really blur, but it's not going to be crisp clear, because when you move, it's not sharp anymore. And the higher your frame and the higher your refresh rate of your monitor is, that kind of combination is really going to make the images clear and more sharp, as when it's not the case. As you can see already on the screen, there are two images. One image with 240 Hz and one image which is supposed to be 60 Hz monitor. And you can see that the airplane is moving through the screen. And on the 240 Hz monitor, you can see that the plane is actually seen a lot more times. Each time is supposed to be, let's say, a frame. And on the 60 Hz monitor, you can see there's only 3 frames that's shown in a second. This is not an accurate representation, but it's just to show it's a context. So on the 240 Hz, you're going to be seeing a lot more frames per second, which is going to be, making your image a lot more smoother. So, like I said again, in the esports world, the game titles, the competitive games, are going to be set in such a setting that the frame rate is preferred above quality. So you might have seen, from watching tournaments or watching streams that from pro players that they, well, for example, for CS:GO, they prefer to have the texture set to low, the shadows maybe set to medium, low, so that they can bump up the frame rate and really just prefer the frame rate above the quality of the game, of how the game looks, because the smoother the game, the more advantage you're going to have, over your opponents. So going further, Mystic Light. I already touched on that this is going to be a monitor with Mystic Light, and I'm going to show you and demonstrate, what the Mystic Light is going to be looking like. So here, I already said, is the light strip that's going to be illuminated, and I'm going to show you. By the way, you can just download the Mystic Light app from our website. And then here, as you can see, it's a very simple overlay, simple design. It's intuitive, and as you can see, there are a lot of, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, approximately 8 presets that you can choose from, that you can use. And let me just randomly choose something, rainbow. And as you can see here on the monitor, it automatically jumps to the rainbow effect. Let's see. So while you guys enjoy the effect a little bit, I'm going to see what the chat is all going on about. Very good question from Anthony. Apologies, I forgot to mention this. This is a full HD monitor and 24.5 inch. And I know that a lot of you guys want to know the price, and for the price I'll have to come back to you guys on that, so I cannot tell you about that right now. Okay, so you've already seen the effect on the monitor. And well, if you think like, hey, I don't really like any of the presets, you can just go to static, and then as you can see, it's a bit different. If you choose static, you have the option to either turn off the lighting here with the G-SYNC logo or the MSI logo, or just choose to change the light strip colors and combinations, because on the screen, as you can see, it's separated and divided into sections, so you can adapt each section separately. Just choose any color that you like, and so just save it, then just go to next and save it, and just finish it with whatever combination that you would like. Right now I would like to keep the lighting here on because it looks nice. That's just my preference. Okay, and so that's it for Mystic Light. Now, let me just hop back to my seat again. Let's see if there's, okay, we have some more questions here, I think. Well, someone is asking, when will MSI make a 28.5 inch 240 Hz G-SYNC monitor? Well, for that I will have to ask our R&D. I can't tell you right now because I have no idea, so I'm sorry, can't answer that right now. Maybe in the future. Alright, I think there are also some other questions that I'll be touching on right after this. Alright, so let's continue. So that was it for Mystic Light. So next, what you guys may have been wondering about that I haven't really touched upon is G-SYNC, of course, because obviously it's actually on the monitor itself very prominently, and this is also one of the the strong points of how to get this monitor really to that smooth level of gameplay. And well, that's when G-SYNC is going to kick in. So let's dive right into G-SYNC. So I think a lot of you are already familiar with what G-SYNC actually is, what G-SYNC does. And for those who doesn't know, a very brief and short description will be: G-SYNC is there to really get you the smooth and tearing and stutter-free gaming experience. And I'll be touching on the variables right after this. So, like I said before already, monitors, they have a fixed refresh rate, unless you turn on G-SYNC, then it's not fixed anymore. But let's say you can see that on the screen there are a lot of stripes, a lot of lines. Each of those lines is supposed to be a frame. So as you can see, it's very consistent. So there's the same gap, same distance between each frame. Well, that distance is supposed to be time. So it's a consistent pushing, well, refreshing rate. So here in the example, it's going to be 60 frames per second. And next you have to consider, okay, then what is your GPU, your graphics card actually pushing out in frames per second? Well, that depends on your graphics card, it depends on your game setting. There are a lot of variables, but the GPU frames, well, the frames coming out of the GPU, they're never fixed. It always varies. So it can be like 60 at one moment, it can be 90 the second, it can be 65 the second later. So it's always fluctuating, and that's also what you're seeing here in the representation on the screen. You can see that the lines, they're not consistently lined after each other, because that's what the representation of the fluctuation is, because it varies, it's not fixed. So like I said before also already, then you might think, hey, well, that's gonna be, you know, a conflict, because your monitor is refreshing at a different say rate than the frames coming out of your GPU. And that's correct, because then you have the case of mismatched frames, and this will cause some artifacts. It can cause tearing, it can cause stuttering. So that's really not something that you would like to have when you're playing your favorite game or just any competitive game. So as you can see here, if you line up the fixed frame refresh rate of the monitor and the fluctuating variable rate of the GPU, the frame rate coming out of the GPU, you can see they are not really aligned at all. And that's also the context, the representation of, you know, how the real world practice goes, because they're just not aligned. So that's why, you know, some people experience, you know, tearing, stuttering, or just any very unpleasant experience. So then you might think about, hey, then there's a really simple solution, right? Because there's VSync, and you have seen this in a lot of gaming settings, in a lot of gaming titles. There's always this little option called VSync, and it stands for vertical sync. So this is going to be vertical syncing your monitor with your frame rates coming out of your GPU. Well, sure, this will fix the problem of tearing and stuttering, but this comes at a very high price, because you make a huge dent in the performance of your gameplay, and obviously that's not what you want. Even though, you know, you don't have tearing or stuttering anymore, you're gonna be having a big performance downgrade. You're gonna be having a huge input lag, and stutter is still gonna be there. So that's not something that you would like to have. So then G-SYNC comes in. And G-SYNC, what it does essentially is that, okay, maybe first I should say that G-SYNC, you can already, you know, derive from the title, you know, what it actually does. It's synchronizing the frames. It's synchronizing the frames coming out of your GPU with the refresh rate of your gaming monitor. So then, you know, they will be aligned consistently frame after frame after frame. So instead of, you know, what you might have remembered a few slides back here, so instead of, you know, going off each other, you know, just going right on top of each other, each frame aligned probably timing wise. So then you can really get rid of the stuttering, the tearing, and just really, you know, have the smooth and just that kind of gameplay that you really like to have, that experience. So no stuttering. But okay, there's some questions again. You guys are really active today. So I'm watching. Okay, sure. So someone asks, well, it's a really good question. It's a G-SYNC, and it's for esporters, and who or which gamer, I think he means, will be using G-SYNC. Well, maybe not in the esports world, but this gaming monitor is also going to be used by a lot of other people too. And having G-SYNC really ensures that everybody can enjoy a smooth gameplay without tearing and stuttering. Let's see if there's something else. You guys are really going on about 0.5 milliseconds, huh? Who knows, maybe in the future. Alright, let's get back to it. So, so I hope I had a really good explanation for you guys, you know, what G-SYNC actually does and what G-SYNC is. And let's continue. And I think it's time to draw our first winner. So I hope a lot of you guys have participated and registered for the gameplay, for the giveaway. Sorry. So let's see who the first winner is. We have a winner, and his name is surprisingly easy, which doesn't happen often on the internet. John. Okay, I take that back because his last name is really difficult. Kiriako. So John Kiriako. Congratulations with the copy of Black Ops 4. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for participating. And the rest of you guys, please don't forget, because we have a few more to give away, so please register, and who knows, you might be the next winner. And also, for those who are new, on December the 26th, we're going to be having a Christmas special. In the meantime, you can ask all the questions that you have maybe always wanted to ask, you know, about all the streamers, you know, about me, maybe I'm the new guy. Someone actually said I'm from Fast and Furious, that's very funny. Maybe about Eric, you know, Peter or Mike. So just any question that you might have, you know, ask it. Go to the link msi.com/2/insider, post your questions, and we will be selecting a few questions and then see which questions are the best. And the best ones will be receiving a surprise, not from us, from Santa. Alright, so go for it, guys. So now let's continue. Let's see. I can't keep up with the chat, guys. Come on, calm down. I already have. Well, someone is asking, would it be possible to achieve 240 Hz on the 8-bit AHVA IPS panel? I think at the moment that's not possible yet, but who knows, you know, where technology takes us, and maybe in the future or in the near future that's going to be possible. And I'm sorry if I skip any questions because the chat is quite busy, and I'll try to get to as many questions as possible. But for now, I'm going to continue the stream, and we're going to... Alright, I'm going to hop to this side because I'm actually going to show you some CSGO gameplays, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I might be a bit rusty because I've been so busy preparing for this live stream for you guys, so don't laugh at me, even though I'm global elite, that I actually suck at this game right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to first of all play a few rounds of deathmatch. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you guys, you know, hey, why did I hop to this side in the first place? That's because obviously I want to have that 240 Hz competitive advantage for myself while I'm playing the game. And you know, just my general experience with the monitor, and because this is really my game to go, and I have played more than 4,000 hours on this game, so maybe trust me that I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this game and FPS in general. So let me first of all log in. So after I'm done with the deathmatch, I'm going to play some casual mode. And unfortunately, I cannot play any competitive right now because there's simply no time for it. So maybe next time. And for some of you wondering, hey, am I going to see something amazing, or you know, or am I really going to see that difference, you know, between 60 Hz and 240 Hz? I'm sorry to disappoint you, because on the stream you cannot actually see that difference, because that's technically just not possible to have the 240 Hz transferred to your monitor or any viewing device for you to see the 240 Hz, because then your device will need to be 240 Hz in the first place. But that's not even okay. Let's not talk about that because we can't even stream it. So don't worry if you see like the gameplay that you're used to at home, because that's actually, yeah, that's going to be the case. Maybe a little bit better because it's a bit smoother, but don't expect to see the 240 hertz. Okay, so first of all, let me just go offline before people start disturbing me while I'm showing you my awesome skills. Alright, let's go. So, deathmatch. The good old Dust 2. I mean, what else to go for other than Dust 2? It's like the most iconic map in CS history, maybe. And if you disagree with me, just let me know in the chat. I mean, I apologize if I can't get to the chat right now because I'm sitting right here. And after I'm done with this, I promise to get to as many questions as I can. So be a little bit patient with me, guys. And in the meanwhile, just enjoy the gameplay. I hope I can perform well. I will also be giving you some tips and tricks during the gameplay because, well, if there's any game that I'm really familiar with, it's going to be this game. So let me just put on the headset. So as you can see, I don't have the green standard crosshair because I already changed that, and somehow I just prefer blue. There isn't any reason behind it, it's just my personal preference. And I see I already passed the buying period, so I'll just have to play with a USB-S. Let's kick some noobs. Oh, okay, I'm dead. A Nick F! Okay, let's buy, okay. So you might be wondering why I didn't go for the M4A4 or, well, in my case A1S. That's because, like it or not, guys, AUG is the new meta. Ever since the last major update with guns, you know, you have the scope advantage, and the spray pattern with scope kit is just amazing. And moreover, the AUG has more armor penetration than, I should have switched my weapon. More armor penetration than the M4A4 or A1S. So, and majority of the time you will be fighting against armored opponents. He just got wrecked. So, you don't have that bull crap of, you know, hitting someone 4 times with the M4A4 or A1S and then, you know, seeing the 98, 97, 95 damage. With this gun, not a problem. 4 hit, he's gonna be dead. And of course from mid and long range, the scope is just amazing. So I've always used M4A4 or A1S, and I've really switched to AUG ever since the last major gun update. It's just too good to pass on. But the same story cannot be said about SSG, the counterpart on the T part, because that gun has a wild spray pattern. It's amazing. I mean, unless you're a professional gamer, I don't think you're gonna be controlling that wild spray pattern. So if you want to go for it, good luck with it. Okay, Eagle time. So you might have noticed that I always have my crosshair sit at a, well, certain place on the screen whenever I'm moving somewhere or trying to go to the next place. Well, that's called crosshair placement. And don't underestimate what this does to you, because this is gonna be, in my opinion, be 50% of, you know, of the difference of a good gameplay and a bad gameplay. Well, for yourself, when you're trying to kill some opponents, or, you know, not be catched off guard because you're looking there and somebody came from here. You really have to know, you know, the direction that you're heading into and where you're actually aiming at, because say, okay, there's a terrorist right there. He's gonna be coming out of the door. So I'm making sure that my crosshair is at his head level, somewhere where he's gonna be expected to be, because my, oh shit. My reaction time wouldn't allow me to fire right away the first time I see a pixel. So that's why, you know, I don't put my crosshair, for example, here when he's coming in the door. I'm putting my crosshair here, because that's probably gonna be my reaction time of seeing and shooting. So always keep that in mind, and just anytime you want to go somewhere, you know, you make sure that, okay, where you're actually looking at and where you're going, you know, you have the crosshair placed at the right level so you can always make the right headshot when needed. If you see someone, you know, unexpected, or if you think, hey, I'm gonna expecting somewhere to walk, you know, past this wall, you're gonna be pre-aiming that spot. Or if you know the map really well, because map knowledge is gonna be very important when you're talking about crosshair placement. So say there's a car right there, I'm coming around the corner. I'm gonna be expecting somebody camping a car, because let's be honest, there's always some camping somewhere. So I'm going to be pre-aiming the car here already, because then I only have to strafe right and already have the car in my crosshair, and all I have to do is fire. So you really have to always think about, you know, where are you putting your crosshair, because that's, get wrecked, is really going to give you the advantage over your opponents. And it's not easy, because for that you will have to be having a really good control of your aim. So of course, first of all, you need to practice your aim, you know, practice your mouse movement, you know, get comfortable with, you know, whatever speed you're playing with, you know, the DPI of your mouse and the in-game mouse speed. So first of all, you know, get comfortable with that, and then always practice your crosshair placement. Okay, usually with these games I can get to 50 kills, but let's see if I can get to 50 right now. If I do, I'm taking all the game keys. Seems fair, right? Alright, maybe a bit of concentration. You see, I came around this corner, and I expected that people are going to be here, because generally they're going to be. So I already pre-aimed this spot from here. See, somebody came right there where I had my crosshair, but he didn't stop. Alright, 1910, not doing so bad. While giving the tutorial. Some deagle time. And I must say, it's just amazing. I almost say that this is kind of cheating, because the 240 Hz and the refresh and the frame rate coming out of this GPU is just amazing, the combination of these two. It's just so fluent, you know, because it's hard to really express what it is that I'm feeling right now. You really have to see and, you know, just experience this on your own. So I really hope for all of you that who are out there still playing with a 60 Hz monitor, that you can, you know, hey, maybe make Christmas. You can just upgrade, you know, to 240 Hz, or even, you know, maybe 144 Hz, and just experience, you know, this sensation that I'm feeling right now. It's just amazing. So I really hope for you guys you can get it. So good luck with that. If you need to save up some money, save up some money. Treat yourself some nice Christmas gift. He was shooting the chicken, that wasn't so nice. 2 minutes to go. I still need 25 kills. I don't think I'm gonna make it. There we go. They talk about my one tops. Don't shoot me. He stole my kill. Okay, I think next round I'm going to be playing terrorist. For that one shot, one kill, AK bullets. Always kill the chicken, guys. It brings you good luck. Oh, also another good tip is that if you're like in a very heavy fight with somebody that's, you know, jiggling behind a wall or a crate or a box, you know, usually that person is going to be moving at a constant rate of, you know, back and forth, back and forth. So you can think by yourself, hey, maybe I cannot keep up with his movement, but you can predict when he's coming out of the corner, you know, coming out of the, you know, behind the crate. So you can pre-fire him. So say somebody is jiggle picking me here like this, and I keep seeing him, and then he disappears again, and then you can expect him to be, you know, peeking again at the same rate. You can just pre-fire and be like, he's gone now, fire now, because he will then be in your screen, and you just pre-fire his head, and he's probably gonna call you a cheater, but hey, he'll live with it. 7 seconds, guys. I failed, but it's all because of you. How did I do? 32-18. Average. Okay, next round I'm going to be on the terrorist side to show you some spray patterns with the AK-47. It's quite a well beast to tem, you know. So I hope with this new setup I can show you some nice spray patterns, or maybe perhaps even straight spray transfers if you're a little bit advanced in the game. Alright, let's go. That's my teammate. Shot me in the back. What was he doing? Kill the chicken. No, always pre-aim. Okay, I think I'm going to be stealing this monitor. Alright. Oh, come on, it's so rude to shoot somebody in the back. Spray control! Okay, maybe I should show, maybe some of you are new to this game and you have no idea what I mean with spray control. So if I just hold my mouse 1 and just shoot and do nothing at all with my mouse, you can see that it's actually moving up in a certain pattern. So what you need to do is, you know, move into the exact opposite way, downwards and left, right. Oh, come on. Okay. So you need to be moving in the exact opposite position to control, you know, this. Okay, kill him first. To control the spray pattern, to, you know, make sure that all the bullets are going into the direction that you actually want them to head to. So for example, you can shoot like this. You see, they're really closely gathered. I mean, I'm not a spray pattern expert, you know, so it's a lot better than this, right? At this range, you know, 9 out of 8 times you have, you know, you have already killed whoever it is in front of you that you wanted to kill with the spray pattern. And advanced spray transfer is going to be quite difficult, because for that you would really have to master the spray pattern first. And then, for example, if you see opponent here and you're spraying him, you're dragging the crosshair down, and then suddenly somebody else pops here to interfere with your lover scroll, and then you'll have to, you know, in the midst of a spray pattern and just switch to that guy. That's quite difficult, because first of all you need to place a crosshair at the right position while thinking, okay, where in the spray pattern am I at this moment? So you will have to adjust for that as well. So instead of just placing your crosshair on his head, because you're not going to hit his head, you need to be, sorry for the interruption, you need to be moving, thinking, keeping in mind, okay, I was in the middle, like at the half of my spray pattern, so it should be somewhere around here. So if he comes here, you need to be placing your crosshair here in order to hit him with a spray transfer. Really difficult, but practice makes perfect, right? I mean, I have 4,000 hours on this game. I can barely do it. Well, okay, maybe a bit more than barely, but it's really not easy. Oh, would you guys like to see some AWP play, perhaps? I can do that too. I'm quite a decent AWPer, I think. Okay, that's an AWP. Let's go. So with AWP, there are actually a lot more stuff that I can tell you about, because it's quite a fast-paced, fast-moving game. So if you're trying to kill someone while aiming at him and he is running around like a monkey, well, you need to be, you know, flicking your wrist, because if you're really good at it, you will definitely break your wrist. You know, flick of the wrist. So you need to make sure that you don't just statically, you know, aim at somewhere. You need to be dynamic, you need to be flexible. So if you see somebody here, but before you can react, he is already like 1 meter away from your crosshair, you need to be able to flick him very lightning fast, because usually you already be dead before you can do the turtle movement of placing your crosshair on him, because by then you already be dead. So for this, you really have to learn, you know, first of all, how to use the AWP. You need to learn, you know, what kind of accuracy works for you, you know. What kind of DPI setting on your mouse is, you know, right for your movement, and what you're comfortable with. And once you really learn how to master, you know, just statically shooting the AWP, you can, you know, slowly work towards a more advanced stage to, you know, just doing some flicking. Because I think some of you out there who are actually quite high leveled already is familiar, you know, with what I mean. Because if someone comes out of here and he runs to here, you can do this. Maybe you can barely see what I did, but I actually shot here instead of here with a very fast movement. And that's maybe also some kind of anticipation, or, you know, prediction of, you know, where you predict them to be at in a certain moment of time. And of course, the most fun part is the no scope. I would never recommend no scoping at a long mid distance, because that's not going to be accurate. No scope is only beneficial when it's actually, see, I missed him because no scope is just not accurate, which makes sense. But close quarter combat is still going to be quite good, because the closer you are to your target, the less deviation you will have in the direction that your bullet is going to head to. So for example, I want to hit this lock. If I'm shooting right here, I'll probably hit it. Okay, you know, it's just like maybe 1 centimeter off, so that's quite accurate. But if you're shooting from here and you want to hit the lock, that's not going to happen. You see, it's here, and somebody's shooting at me. Now he's dead. So you see, so the distance really matters. So if somebody suddenly jumps in front of you, just do a no scope, no problem. You can always try that, because it's faster than when you have to scope in. And another technique that you just seen, you know, it's quite common in many games. It's quick scope. But the quicker you scope, the less accurate it's actually going to be. So you need to, you know, find the right balance between the quick scoping and actually shooting it while doing the quick scoping. So you can shoot right away. You can see here's where the bullet went, because, you know, the scope didn't really kick in yet. So you need to find where that balance is, you know, sweet spot of firing actually is. Come on, guys. Okay, I need to make a few kills yet, because I'm having a negative score and that cannot happen. See, that was a quick scope combined with a flick. That was a no scope because he was right in front of me. And another tip, that's 1 kill, that's 2 kills. Another tip is that when you're shooting the AWP, after you're shot, there's a certain, reload time of the bullet. You have to rejam the next bullet. For this, if you want to avoid a long waiting time, you can just, right after you shoot, press last weapon used twice, so you can, you can get back to it, and skip this part. Well, back in the days in 1.6 and Source, there's a lot more difference between, this technique and just waiting for the gun to, rejam itself. But nowadays, there might be, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 second difference. But still, hey, if there's 0.3 seconds, why not just grab it if there's anyway? You might be fast enough for it to notice it or not, but it's a benefit that's right there, so you might as well try it out to see for yourself if it works for you. A majority of the people that play this game actually prefer it this way. Okay, I'm going to go back to the AK. So let's see if you guys have said anything already. Come on, where are all my CSGO fans at? No! There's one guy there. I missed. I missed again. The round is over. I need some more of that AK play, so. And for some of you who are new to this game, might be thinking, hey, I thought CSGO was a bit more than just running around, shooting, flicking, 360 no-scoping. Well, that's true because this is just deathmatch. In deathmatch, you don't have utility, so you can buy, for example, you can see here, there's incendiary, there's decoy, flashbang, grenades, smokes, and these are really the utilities that's gonna define the gameplay. That's also what you see on the internet if you search for some CSGO clips or pros, for example. That's really what set this game apart, is that you can set up strategies, tactics with the utilities that you have. For example, you can just say, tell your teammates, be like, hey, we're going to attack bomb site A, as when I go out of the tunnel, you need to throw a flash for me, so that when I get out of the tunnel, I'm turned around and the opponents are going to be blind. So that's like just a little cheeky trick, but it's really effective. That's actually sometimes what defines whether you're losing or winning a round. And for smokes, it's the same principle basically. You can have a few teammates just lining up a few smokes before you attack the site, so that when you're attacking the site, some choke points that are being smoked off, so you cannot be get killed from the campers camping on the site, because you have effectively blocked them out with smoke. So it's not just a point and shoot game. It's actually quite strategic. If you just look around on the internet, for some pro clips, some tournaments, you will see what I'm talking about, because that's really what's very important in this game. And if you don't like to use utilities, you're just a raw shooter, go for it. I forgot to go back to terrorist. Alright, let's go. So I'm at the door right now. I'm not aiming here to turn around like this. I'm gonna be aiming here and then just straight right, so I can see there right away, because I'm expecting some people to be there. See, that was one. That was a nice deco shot. maybe something else to mention too is that when you're shooting someone at a distance, it's good to tap instead of spraying, because spraying at such a long distance, that's gonna be really hard. I mean, unless you're like some kind of pro who's been playing this your entire life, or just who is just very naturally gifted, you're gonna be missing the spray a lot of the times. So at a long distance, just tap, and you're gonna see it's very accurate. So you need to know when you have to spray and when not to spray. See, that was a close, well, mid-range. It's very easy distance to spray, since you're not gonna be one tapping his head because you're not scream. Ouch. $54. See, that I kept on spraying because I saw the second guy. So you have two choices. You can spray the first one down, stop your spray, wait for the aim to reset, and then spray again. Or if you're confident in your spray pattern, you can just keep on spraying the same pattern, expecting him to be at where you're spraying. And that's what I just did, and I just got quite an easy double kill, because he was basically just chanceless in that situation, unless he can just one tap your head right away. That's a one deek, or as we like to call it, the Juan deek. I'm really not doing so well, right, guys? Alright, Mike. Okay, I think I've played enough deathmatch for now. I'm going to switch to casual just to show you a bit of the utility usage. And let's go. So I'm gonna quit deathmatch right now. I'm gonna look for some casual. It's been a long time since I played casual. If I remember correctly, competitive is always 5v5, and where is casual? Here. So competitive is always 5v5, and casual, if I remember correctly, can you guys help me out? No. Peter's asking if I'm going to play competitive. I would love to, but not today. Well, casual is going to be, I think, 10v10, so it's going to be a bit messy, but yeah, it's 10v10. But that's okay. It's just for demonstration purposes. Right now I'm dead, so I have to spectate people and wait until the round is over. So there you can see already there was an incendiary thrown by CT. So you really don't want to get barbecued in that kind of situation, because your health will be drained dramatically fast. So if you stand in the barbecue in flames for like 3 seconds, you're gonna be dead. So if you see some flames on the ground, make sure to get the beep out of the way. Come on, guys. Okay, it's just 3v4, so it's gonna be over soon. Okay, this guy obviously has no idea what he does with the deagle. There are a lot of guys speculating about the 0.5 milliseconds. Interesting topic. And as for the price and release timing, if you have a little bit of patience, there's gonna be all the information available soon on the internet, so you can just really quickly look that up. So in a moment I'm going to be done with this game, and I hope for those who are interested in the game or who are new to the game, I've given you a lot of good tips. And right after this we're going to be inviting our first guest, who was a pro player in Rainbow Six Siege. And right now he's doing a lot of coaching and analyzing for the team. So look forward to that. But right now let's kick some noobs' ass. I have a grenade. And there's a CT right here. And he's dead. 2 kills. Okay, there, you know, right around this corner, there's gonna be probably a lot of people camping on the side. So usually what I do is I'm gonna throw a flashbang right over this little building. So they'll be flashed when I turn around this corner. And I'm unfortunate for my teammate, he's probably gonna get flashed, but he will survive. But don't do that in a competitive game, people, because they'll get really pissed. You see, somebody is there, because that's a camper. And now we have to clear the site, because there's another camper! And my spray didn't help me. I hit him for 93! Okay, so now I'm dead, but I'm the MVP of the round. Okay guys, I think I'm just gonna play one more round and then head into the next topic with our first guest. So now I'm going to be joining, well, I'm going to be attacking bomb site B. And somebody already died. I can see there's an AWPer on the side, so I gotta be really careful because that's 1 shot, 1 kill, unless he hits me in the leg. Okay, I have a flashbang, so I'm gonna flash myself out. And hoping he's gonna be flashed. And he is! Okay, can't do anything about that. Okay guys, I'm just gonna round off my game now. And I hope you've seen some fun gameplays from me and learned something. And before I head to my first guest of today, I'm going to do another giveaway. Because it's time to draw another winner. And I hope a lot of you guys registered again this time. Because you might just be the next winner. Alright, let me just hop back to my seat. Let's see, who is the next winner? So, if you haven't registered yet, guys, please register because you can still be the winner of the next game code giveaway. We're not done yet. And the winner is Carl. Congratulations, Carl. Carl Manuzon, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Congratulations with the code. And maybe I haven't told you guys yet how you'll receive it, but for those who have already won, we'll be contacting you shortly with by email, and you'll receive the game code and instructions on how to redeem it. So for now, Carl, congratulations. Enjoy the game. And maybe see you next time. And for those who just joined us, on December the 26th, we're going to have a Christmas special. So, for those of you who are always have been very curious about the streamers, you can just save all your questions, write them down, and then go to the link msi.com/2/insider, and then just post all your questions there. You can post more than one questions, and we'll be collecting them and then reviewing them and selecting the best questions, and then we'll tell Santa, because then the best questions will be receiving some surprise from Santa himself, not from us, of course. Let's go. That's it. So guys, go for it, and let's welcome our first guest. Hi.
Hi.
You're Avi.
Yes.
And so, tell us, you are right now the coach of Trust Gaming's Siege team.
Yes, correct.
So, okay, maybe just come to here a bit more, because yeah, the monitors in the way, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just it's just the fun stream. Maybe start with telling people, hey, who are you really, and what have you been doing? What have you done? What do we actually do for the team? Just some general stuff first, some introduction.
Yes, sure. So my name is Michiel Ovi van Dachtel. I'm the coach / analyst for Trust Gaming. We're only playing Siege, and I've actually played the game myself in Pro League with Penta Sports.
You've competed at the highest level, right?
Yes, actually.
So guys, really have somebody who knows what he's talking about. Okay, so if you're
so.
wondering about something, you know, now's the chance to fire your questions. But I'm sorry, so continue.
Yeah, so we won the first Pro League season of Siege, which was
that's quite a performance, huh?
Yeah, well, it was like 2 years ago already. So
yeah, time flies by.
Time flies. But now I'm coaching. I'm getting older, and you need to adjust.
Yeah,
adjust
I feel you. I feel you.
So no, yeah, I'm just coaching, analyzing, which is a lot of fun for the team. Like preparing strategies, counter-strateging the other teams. It's another dimension of playing.
I see. So I also see that you have brought a very nice little gift.
Yes.
I think maybe before we get into that, we had a little brief introduction, and then I have a very nice video of you guys actually.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Super, that's nice.
Just to see what Avi has been doing, what he has done for his team, what his team has been achieving lately. So let's get to that, and then we'll continue our story. Okay. Do you guys like fly around? I don't know. Do you guys fly around to other countries?
Yeah, the last few months have been quite busy. We're mainly playing in the Benelux. We're mainly playing in the Benelux.
It's okay.
But we're actually focusing on Challenger League, which is one level below Pro League. This is our main focus. The qualifiers are going to be in the next few weeks. But yeah, we're flying to Valencia, Spain, Milan, Italy, and tomorrow we're going to DreamHack, Sweden.
Sounds quite awesome.
Yeah.
So what really got you into it?
Well, like first of all, like I play the game myself, so that's one reason. And in the end, like if you're gonna play the game a lot, and I've played other games competitively before, like mainly Call of Duty. I mean, in the end, you're gonna notice you're maybe a bit better or more motivated or have more time, which is also a lot good aspect.
Okay, so I think maybe going into that, maybe you have some tips, to tell some youngsters or other people that are, just wondering about it and how they can get into. Maybe you have some tips for them. So in the meanwhile, I can look, if there are already some interesting questions.
yeah, sure. Like mainly, what I aim for myself is to play against other better players, so you can improve on your own. Like if you're gonna play against weaker teams, slower teams, you're not gonna improve yourself. So that's the main thing I want to give, and have a bit of patience. Make sure you're competing in a team, and then if you want to win, you need to win as a team. You're not there on your own. You need to win as a team.
I have something else on my own that I have always wondered a bit, is that because professional gamers, they're generally quite young of age.
Yes.
Like say between even 14 maybe, some prodigies, and say 20-ish. So then you gotta think by yourself. You gotta think about like, hey, but those kind of people are usually still like in middle school, high school. So how is that working? Maybe telling the viewers, what your experience on that was and how you think of it.
Well, it's quite funny because if you're that age, like let's say 14, 15, 16, then it's quite hard to compete because there's actually rules like ESL doesn't allow players below 18, I think. But then it doesn't mean you cannot like prepare yourself when you reach that age. Just prepare yourself to be better and a good player, an all-round player, and then maybe like aim if you're good enough for the good teams.
All right, and I just seen in the chat that there's somebody called Savage. He's back in the chat on the stream. He's like a very loyal viewer because he's there like practically every stream.
Oh, that's awesome.
And sometimes when he's not there, we just wonder like, hey, maybe he's sick. Maybe we should ask how he's doing.
Okay.
And it's good to see that you're back. And I see that somebody else is already asking again. If this was an 0.5 millisecond monitor. Well, it's not. It's 1 millisecond. And I'm pretty sure I haven't seen news 24 hours. Oh, I see the chat already answered for me. Well, thank you guys.
Okay, that's smart chat.
Yeah. All right. So, so your prize.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind it?
Well, that's the season 1.
Okay, maybe we can get it closer a bit in the camera so they can see well.
That's the. I think it might still look the same. I'm not quite sure. But that's the trophies the players
Looks quite
get.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, a bit dirty, but anyway. It's the trophy the players get when they win a pro league season. And there's a season every, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 months, 3 or 4 months. There's a season.
I don't know the details on that part.
Yeah.
But then, so how does that work? Like, do you guys keep the prize like as the whole team just having this trophy laying somewhere, or is it actually that somebody gets to have it?
Oh
or?
yeah, no, it's a lot, like every player gets one. So there's,
Oh, you
there's
actually
5.
get.
Yeah, and every player gets one, which is really nice.
So this one is really like yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna sell it. So it's mine, and like that other players have it. I mean, like Pengu from G2 currently, and also as I mean, if the viewers know Siege or the competitive scene, they probably know Pengu. He was in my team, and he also got the first one, the first trophy.
I see. So this is really something that you guys like take pride in because it actually looks really awesome.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. I'm very proud, and I will probably keep it for the rest of my life.
So you've been quite happy, you know, in the career choice they've chosen for now, I guess, because
Yeah.
you're really like living the life of playing video games and traveling around, you know, get to compete with other players, and now you actually get to, you know, lead a team. So if you go into a bit more details, like what actually do you do for your team right now?
So, like basically everything besides playing, because I mean I can relate obviously, but the players, they need to only focus on the game and playing the game. So like tomorrow we're going to DreamHack Sweden, DreamHack Winter.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
yeah, but I have to say I'm not alone. Like there's another coach, Anthony. He's a really nice guy. He's like almost the same age.
So you have 5 players in the team,
Yes.
right? Just for the viewers to clarify. But you have 2 coaches.
Yes.
Is that common?
Well, for Siege it is, because we noticed, like maybe in Counter-Strike 2, I'm not really sure.
In Counter-Strike it's just one coach. In
Yes.
general, maybe they have someone else in backup to analyze stuff.
Yes.
But coach-wise, there's usually just one.
Yeah, and Siege has a lot of, like even the best teams have 2, because there's so much work and so much preparation to be done. People notice it's not possible to do on your own. So like the amount of information, and there's still a lot of information to be discovered, like the meta, new operators. Every 3-4 months there's going to be new operators. So there's a lot of researching and figuring out.
Right, so it's really like a continuous flow of workload.
Yeah,
so,
new
but
information.
then would you like say it's really like a full-time job, just, you know, on the coaching part?
I mean, I can imagine maybe if one guy does it full time, it's manageable, but I still work. Like I have a normal job. Anthony has a normal job, so
Hard
we're
workers.
like we're combining, and yeah, just yeah, we're like an addition to each other.
Right, but you really still love, enjoy, you know, the coaching and
Yeah, it's great.
doing the analyzing part.
It's a lot of fun.
So then you actually come up maybe together with Anthony or maybe on your own, depending on some situations. You come up with tactics and strategies, you know, on how to attack opponents, and you actually study, you know, the other team beforehand too.
Yeah, so we have to. Yeah.
By, you know, maybe watching some demos or.
Yeah, like so. First off, you're gonna like tomorrow we're competing against pro league teams and challenger league teams, which are like really good teams, and then we need to think of like a small thing so we can maybe counter threat them. So, and we're aiming to win, but obviously gonna be difficult. But yeah, we're trying to do counter threats and
I see.
Like special things.
And I mean, obviously, you know, preparation is always going to bloom into something, but in practice, like, is there really like a lot of influence as to, you know, your predictions when they actually do come out or not?
Like if I think of something and
and you anticipate that like some situation or some sort of scenario is going to happen in the game, and then you go to the, you know, that game, and while playing it, it actually happens.
Yeah. So, like I said, we are trying very special things, or things that we didn't show on stream before, and we're obviously scrimming that.
Yeah.
And then we're trying it. Like maybe tomorrow or the day after.
I see. Well, I'm sorry if I randomly turn around. It's not fine. Because I'm not listening. It's because I'm just trying to see if people. Yeah, because guys, ask some questions. You have it. It's eSports world. So I'm just trying to see if it's. Oh, that's a quite interesting question from Narv. He's asking, you know, does Rainbow Six pro players use G-Sync?
I think they do actually. I mean, probably quite a few streamers, which is also very common in Siege that like pro players are also streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe check them out. I think they do actually. Yeah.
All right, and let's see. There's somebody asking XD, what's the name of the monitor? It's I'm gonna be slow. It's Oculux NXG25-1R. So Oculux NXG25-1R. Maybe a bit difficult, but if you remember the first part, you're already quite far. So let's see if there's some questions. Well, I think for now we're quite well covered.
Yeah.
So I think we should dive into the game.
Okay, sure.
And I must tell you, I must warn you, I'm a total noob at this game.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna be running behind your ass all the time.
Okay, that's cool.
While you're giving me instructions.
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So the game is already there, so you can just open it. And I'm not sure if you would like to play on your own account or.
I'm not sure. Yeah, if there's something set up, then that's fine, I guess.
Alright, just some settings.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And so the headset is there, and tip will be, I think, if you just put it on one ear and the other ear just leave the bit open, so we can have some communication. So do you actually still actively play this game?
I mean, not quite a lot, but
because you're quite busy, obviously.
Yeah, quite busy. Maybe just for fun, and with the team, if they need like a fit guy, and then I'll probably just play for fun. But
then do you also practice with your team?
Together? Yeah, we do actually. Like it depends, because now we actually have a new sub since this week, but before we didn't have one, so either me or Anthony would play. Depends on the time.
Right. And you guys are all situated where?
Yeah, well,
because all the players actually from here.
Yeah, there are 4 Dutch guys and 1 from Belgium.
So it's like a full Dutch team.
Full Dutch team, yeah, we're all Dutch, yeah.
I mean that's quite awesome considering the population here, and you actually have like a championship winning team.
Yeah.
Because that's not the same case in a lot of the other esports titles. Like for example, CS:GO. It's really rare to see like I'm not sure if you're familiar with CS:GO.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Except for Chris J, there isn't really anybody worth mentioning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah,
so you guys are doing really good.
Yeah, we're trying. So.
Yeah. Okay, so since I'm a total noob, I obviously tried this game out a bit, and I had something in mind, and maybe you have some suggestions, as to what you might think is more fun right now to play with.
I mean, if you're like new to the game, we can try maybe do terrorist hunt with the 2 of us.
Yeah, because the main mode of this game is just playing bomb defuse and planting, right?
Yeah, bomb is the only real competitive.
Yeah, and the other, I see.
Yep.
And so we can actually still join each other.
Okay.
So we can just invite each other, then we can join the squad, and then if you have some good lead, I'll definitely be listening to
there you are.
what we should be playing.
Let's check. Oh wait, I can find you first.
Yes, shift F2. I've played a lot of FPS, first-person shooters, and this game is really different. It's really different. Like usually, I mean, all sort of games that are kind of tailor-made for their own context, their own playing style. In the Call of Duty, Battlefield, CS:GO, or any other shooter games. And this one is really different, I think, in the sense of how you should play the game. You need to control because everything is basically very tactically and very strategy-based, right?
Yes.
Every utility, you can have a little bot running or a little drone on the ground running around, and that's solely to scan the area, is to see where the enemies are camping.
Yes.
So and you need to actually you don't use doors because you make doors.
That's yeah. You like if there's a wall you can open.
Yeah.
Then you would like open it if you want to, because you don't always want to.
And there are like a lot of tactical utility.
Also.
Which I'm really not familiar with.
Yeah. Like So every operator has a unique ability to like keep the short vision, and then you can use it eventually.
Okay,
on the
because
map.
I see that right now I have a shield.
Yes, yeah, like.
Does this actually mean that I'm indestructible?
Well, in front you are. Like there's a button you can press. I think it's your middle mouse button you need to press.
Yeah.
And it will extend your shield. So your operator is Montagne. And now I can easily shoot you. You're probably there. You extend your shield.
So if I don't do that, I'm actually.
Yeah, I can just shoot you now.
So there's no weapon that can actually penetrate the shield.
That's correct. Yeah. Even like a C4, the explosion right in front of you.
That's quite overpowered.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that you guys are all playing with very high frame rate and refresh rate monitors, right?
Yes, correct.
So because this is like also a very high frame rate preferable game.
Yes.
So do you guys then also, because I know in CSGO that people tend to lower the textures, the environmental visual effects to crank up the frame rate and to also maybe make the models more visible.
Yes.
It's like is in this game like the kind of the same principles?
There's a few things you need to adjust, like textures, maybe like this game, like it's quite new, so it looks pretty good. But in the end, you're not playing for the graphics. You play to like you said, you see the enemies better.
Exactly. So that's why also in esports world, it's more important to have higher frame rate and more fluent gameplay than that the game actually looks beautiful.
Yeah, that's correct. Because also there's like a ton of things, like there's maybe a frost map on the ground that you does.
I killed someone.
Yeah. So basically, like you said before, now maybe I go in first, but you're the big shield guy.
So I should go first, right?
Maybe just extend your shield,
yeah,
like that, and just scout ahead. Like tell me
because
where
there's
they are.
one guy right there.
Yeah.
Two guys actually camping behind the couch. And I see you already killed them easily.
Yeah.
There's one more hiding behind the right side of the couch.
Yeah. So you can just scan ahead and tell me where they are.
I see. Let's see if there's any more.
Like normally I cannot see your screen, obviously.
Well, that'll be cheating. Oh, there are two more guys coming.
Yeah, so that's like
they kill themselves.
Yeah, that's like a suicide bomber, which normally I would hear, but now there's another one. Like I see.
Well, Mike, I'm sorry, but it's a lot more fun to play with this guy.
So yeah, so I got that damage a bit. It was fine. You can just go ahead and tell me where they are. That's good. We can also drone if you want to, but yeah, I'm not really sure. That's like fun to see.
So you can actually just actively switch the drone whenever you want.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously
that's part of your setup.
Yes, it's like every I have to say, every operator's attacking team operator has 2 drones.
Yeah.
It used to be 1, but now it's actually 2, and I can just either scout ahead and yeah, like search for information, see where the enemy is.
I see.
Like I put on the easiest difficulty, obviously.
Oh, and there's a question. Somebody's asking which one is better, the Z390 Ace or the Z390 Gaming Pro Carbon. Well, Mike, I think if I'm incorrect, you have to correct me, but the Ace should be better. It should be. Yep. Because he is really the expert on motherboard, Mike.
Now I'm actually done.
I can revive you?
Yeah, you can try.
F.
Maybe he's rushing, but it's not really.
So is reviving actually part of my character, or is
No,
anybody
like
can do it?
every operator can do it.
I see.
There's even one defending operator that can do it on range. That can do it on range. That's Doc. It's in the name.
Yeah.
And he can just shoot like with a stim pistol and revive you. So now we can, maybe it's fun. We have the bomb. You have the bomb, actually the diffuser. Like in Counter-Strike, it's a bomb. This is a diffuser. Doesn't really matter. Just you can plant it. I think you need to hold. Do you have it still?
I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe just move. You can just plant it anywhere in the room. Yeah, like this. Just hold it.
I see.
And now we can prepare because enemies are probably coming in a few seconds. So just walk. Just hold this. I can tag something in the map. See the. You can maybe hold this, stay in the door. Oh, there you go. I'll roll it back.
So then, how can they actually destroy me when I'm fully behind my shield?
They can't really because they have to flank.
So there's literally no way they can kill it.
Well, I mean, there's like a few operators that can maybe like Capitao can shoot a firebolt, which is which can shoot you on the floor, and then it just you're set on fire, so you're gonna die. And maybe Sophia, which is an operator that can shoot you. Sorry, I used to do that.
Okay, maybe this is a very noob question, but maybe I missed it. Are we playing against bots?
Yeah, we are. So that's like I said, we
yeah, I noticed.
yeah, because you're new to the game, I mean, maybe better to play against bots. I can do we can do maybe like a casual game if you want to.
I think with your instructions, I'm ready.
Yeah, well, let's do it. Maybe it's a lot more fun. We can do it together.
Yeah, because actually I already understand a lot of game mechanisms, so it really helps.
Let's go.
And I noticed that the damage output of the guns here, or just how fast you can die, it's quite extreme.
Yeah, time to kill is really really fast. Like a headshot, you're probably like 9 out of 10 guns you're just dead. Yeah.
So is it also in this game that it depends on what gun you're using? Because they should have different damage output, right?
Yeah, they do actually. There's obviously like different damage per gun, or for each gun, and maybe like Dockerby has a, I think it's called bolt action.
Yeah,
you just shoot and reload, and so yeah, there's a few different guns, but normally like players prefer maybe just a bit lower damage and higher rate of fire. Right, they just can output more bullets in a slower amount of time.
And I really gotta get used to the strafing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I've used this was like in Soldier of Fortune. I don't know if you know that game.
Of course, I know.
That was like very famous, like just seeing somebody like keeping the strafing left and right constantly.
It is quite awesome.
Yeah, it's good to see it's making a return.
A bomb has been located.
And also, like toggle lean, like I'm doing with toggle.
Yeah.
It's like I think every pro uses it. So that's one tip for you guys.
So what do you do exactly?
If you toggle lean,
yeah,
and you can also set it to hold. So you need to hold the button to lean.
So you prefer to toggle?
Yeah, like 9 out of 10. I think maybe every pro just uses toggle, because if you toggle, you can use WASD to walk around.
Right, because otherwise you have to put your finger there.
Yeah, so you can't really...
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
And other players, but that's not really my style, because I'm more of like a support player, not really entry fragging. But some players even have it on different buttons, like on their mouse. Like mouse button to lean. Which is really really odd to see.
Yeah, it actually is. I saw it, and it's just really hard to get used to.
Okay.
Is friendly fire always on?
Yes, it's always on.
Always.
Yes. So yeah, we can maybe like either quit this game or...
I think we're ready.
No,
some casual game.
Let's do a casual one, might be fun. I think we're almost done, yeah. Oh, I can quit if you want to, and then just...
Let's go.
Oh yeah, zero my team,
So are you like a high sensitivity player or a low sensitivity player?
That's a funny story, because I used to play very high. I'm not sure why, but it was actually too high. But now I'm low sensitivity. I just gradually put my sensitivity lower. I think I'm on 800 DPI, so that's quite normal. I think in CS:GO it's actually quite high, maybe.
Yeah, but it depends on if you have raw input or not in the game.
Yeah.
Because in the game you also have a different sensitivity combined with your mouse sensitivity.
Yes.
So it's a combination.
Yeah. Let's see if you're still...
So when you turn around, do you actually have to lift your mouse a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so that says enough, because I always lift my mouse.
I invited you again. For some reason it didn't join, so...
Alright. And for those of you who actually know Eric, that guy left and lifts his mouse. He can do everything with this. Yeah.
I mean, in the end
it's all boss.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter, but like if you're really aiming for that pixel, it's gonna be tough. So So you can also just adjust your operators if you want to.
So they're divided into specifics, attackers or defenders.
Yes. So oh yeah, we're joining a match now. It's house. It's like one of the first maps, and it's actually a secure area, but it doesn't really matter. Like there's I think three game modes, and like I said, most people just play bomb because it's the competitive mode.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
So how's the experience so far?
That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I've never I've been here one time actually, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, but I mean, you're like one of the few ones that actually got to try the monitor first.
Okay. Nice.
So now we're just waiting for everyone to join the game because our team is full and we're just waiting for the enemies to.
Yeah, they're loading into the game. Sometimes it's all depends on the computer, obviously.
So knowing there are like a lot of operators, so obviously you guys or the team, everybody's going to have its own specific role, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. I mean, somebody may play the tank or something with a shield and.
Yeah. So we have like two entry fraggers, that the guys that go in first.
Yeah.
Then one support guy, which is like me, the operator with thermite. Usually is in the back because in this game there's going in depth now, but they can reinforce certain walls, and only Termite, Hibana, and Maverick can open these
right.
walls.
And why would you strengthen certain walls?
Like reinforce certain because you want to defend a specific area.
So in the areas that are actually very vulnerable, or has a strategic purpose maybe for the enemies?
Yeah, like it's a strategic purpose because they want to maybe open one wall because obviously they can do it themselves,
right?
Or maybe like guard one specific area. So this map is quite famous for spawn peeking. So if we spawn and run out, they might look through a window. Like they can look through this window and just kill us. So.
But I can't really see anything through that window.
No, that's correct.
Because it's a wood.
I mean, we can drone out for them. So I'm droning for this guy. I don't have a microphone, which is too bad, but I can't really call out if there's any enemies. So I'm just checking if I see someone. Oh, you're going in first? Okay, just hold on. Okay.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
No, it doesn't really matter. I'm this drone. I'm on the stairs right in front of you.
Yeah, because we're supposed to prevent the bomb from being planted and exploded.
So, yeah, this is a secure area, so we just need to get in this area, hold it, and make sure they don't come here. Don't really see anyone in. Oh, there's, I think of one, two inside, three inside.
You're still outside, just using the drone.
Yeah, I'm just using the drone. So there's two guys not on the bomb side, so we need to watch out for those. Oh. I think you're.
I'm having a bit of lag.
Oh, that's not really good. Let's see. I'm just gonna continue for a bit.
Yeah, I'll be right back. And I touched the reset button. Nice.
Oh. Interesting.
Always blaming lag.
There's one guy left, I'm not quite sure where. Oh, he's probably in his corner? Oh.
So I can still just randomly join back in the game.
I'm not quite sure, to be honest. No, I don't think so, because, that's a noob way to die. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you're talking and playing at the same time, so that's usually not how you play it.
In ranked, you can actually join again. I'm not quite sure if you can now.
I see.
Let's try. Else we can just maybe leave, other people will join, and then... yeah, there's already a new guy in the team with the matchmaking, so... Yeah.
So I got replaced. Nice.
Yeah, that's sad. So this guy doesn't like to see where the enemy is. He's right there on the ground. And oh, it's a rook. Interesting.
So now you have to wait until the next round starts.
Yes, that's basically it. Yeah. So in competitive siege, it's 2 minutes 45 seconds, and I think in casual it's like 4 minutes. So if you're unlucky, you have to wait a few minutes. But you can still do a lot of like normally you can still give information to your teammates with drones or like any other thing, maybe cameras or whatnot. So there's a lot of information you can give while not playing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm having a bit of difficulty.
Okay, so they actually won. So.
See if there's something in the stream.
Let's see.
Secure the room. We need to protect the biohazard container.
Interesting.
Well, it doesn't look like I'll be joining you very soon.
Okay.
Because
That's too bad.
I can't get it out of the technical yet. I'm having some power issue.
Okay.
And I just got to learn the game.
I just got to learn the game.
Yeah.
Or just send me an invite and we can play more often if you want to.
10 seconds to insertion. Op 4 drone has located the biohazard container.
Let's see. I think I took something loose.
That's not really good.
Op 4 is securing the biohazard. Stop the hostiles from securing the biohazard. Op 4, last operator standing.
Let's see where the last guy is. Maybe camping outside.
Medic, no.
Friendly, last operator standing.
He was outside.
Well, you get to shine right now.
Yeah.
Because it seems like
Fine.
I blew up some power cords
Oh.
in the extension part somewhere.
Op 4 is
bit more patience, guys.
The team saved us, so we're good.
Seems like we have to replace some power cords right here, and unfortunately we cannot do that right now. So, okay, doesn't matter. Well, very unfortunate, and I would have liked to show you some more, co-op gameplay, but apparently
it happens, right?
technology happened. Yep. But I think looking at, you still got it.
Yeah, our teammate
It's too
actually
easy?
saved us. Well, I mean, yeah, what can you expect, right? It's still casual, so it's.
Yeah. So it's
It's
just
fun.
way out of your league.
Well, yeah, well, I
Well,
mean,
below your league, I mean.
Below your league. I mean, I'm still like I don't play that often, so it's fun still for me. But yeah, it's casual.
I see. Actually, I think this is gonna be the last round of the
Yeah,
gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoyed, even though we have came across some power issues. First time for everything.
Yeah, that happens.
It just had to happen when the new guy had to do his first stream. So that's just like I don't know.
Maybe next time. Better for it.
Of course.
So they're in the garage. So there's also cameras outside, which the defenders can use to
I see.
who is
Yeah,
playing.
because I noticed when I was playing the game, you could somehow access a lot of camera visuals.
Yeah, so I can also.
Those were the cameras that.
Yeah, and I can also see the drones from my teammates. So this one is actually pretty good because they don't notice that this going on. So I'm gonna help my teammates because this is the last round. See if I
I see.
maybe get a kill somewhere. Oh, this guy is blowing it up. That's fine.
So when do you actually decide to blow up a wall or a door or something?
I mean, depends because oh, there's the one guy behind. I see. Yeah, there he was. You can see the bullets flying. So I saw his bullets and I just pre-fired. You can see the bullets flying.
Yeah.
In a second, and you just shoot him. Yeah. That's it. It's not that difficult.
Flawless victory.
Flawless, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what can you do, right? So.
Yeah, so I really hope you've had some fun today playing the game again, and I know you are really busy, probably preparing for tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So you probably have a very long night tonight.
Yeah. So we're gonna prepare and see which opponents because we don't know yet. So yeah, we have to prepare in the night. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wish you a lot of luck, and it was a lot of fun, getting to know the game through your experience and your tips, and I hope you guys enjoyed too, and who knows, maybe we might see you back again someday.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna grab this one.
Of course, don't forget that one, because I'll steal it.
Yeah, probably. Okay, thank you.
So, apologies for the difficulties, guys. Stuff happens, technology. And well, we try to help it, but yeah, we really gotta find some new power cords, I think. So next time. But it's time to draw another winner. So I hope a lot of you guys registered again, and let's see who the winner is of this time. Alright, we have a new winner. Seems like it's, I wanted to say Stan the Man, but that's not what it said. It's Stan the Ad-Man. So Stan, congratulations with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I hope you enjoyed a lot, and tune in next time. And the rest of you guys, don't worry, there's still a chance for you to win another copy. So keep registering at the link, as you can see, msi.com/2/insider. And who knows, you might be the next winner. And for anybody who just joined the stream, no worries. Hey guys, look at this, the computer is working again. And guys, we have another Christmas special on the 26th of December. I'm just waiting for the official to load. Yeah, there to go. Let's see. So on December the 26th, we'll be having an Xmas special, and I hope a lot of you guys have a lot of questions, so you can write them down and send them to the link as you can see here. So send your questions at msi.com/2/insider, and we'll be gathering them and reviewing them later. And who knows, your question might be chosen, and you can send in more than one question. So don't worry about that part. You can ask about anything about the streamers, about me, the new guy, or Eric, Peter, Mike. Send in your questions, and we'll get to your questions later. And the best questions, so plural, will get a surprise from Santa itself. So go get it, guys, and let's go for our next guests. So I'm gonna make some room for them because I'm a total noob, and so here you go. This one is for you, Burrito B.
Yes.
And this one's for you. I'm just gonna disappear into the corner soon, so don't worry, I'm still here. You still hear my annoying noise, and here are all the stars. So, guys.
Yeah.
You're Rick's Ronde,
Yes.
and you're Burrito B.
Yes.
So maybe have a little introduction. Who are you guys? You're obviously from Team Method. How long have you been there? What have you been doing? What's your experience? So, and if you have any questions, guys, fire away. Here's your chance.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, shall I start?
Sure.
Well, I'm a Rocket League player for Team Method. I'm the team captain. We've been together on a team for over a year now, I think.
Yep.
And it all kind of started off of an online tournament, and now we're here.
Just continue.
Okay. What else do I have to say? I don't really have to say much. I don't know. I'm really happy that eSports is growing, so that I can kind of make my job of it and win some money with it.
Yeah, and both of you are Dutch, right?
Yeah, true.
So the Dutch are doing really great at Rocket League, it seems, because you two are really playing at the highest level and competing too.
Almost.
So, yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very familiar with CSGO, and in CSGO scene, it's just really hard to find, say, a Dutch guy that's really competing at a high level. And here we already have two.
Yeah.
And previously we already have a full team of. So, esports is really growing, it seems.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think first of all, let's say if there's already any questions here. Just saying, who are these cuties?
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously the viewers can see that you have brought some PS4 controllers.
Yes.
Maybe you should explain, why.
Yeah, personal preference, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people use Xbox controllers as well. But, I've always played on the PS4, so this is the best for me.
Same for me, and it fits my hand size.
Yeah.
I like it.
So this is a game that you really prefer to play with a controller instead of a keyboard and a mouse.
Yes.
Yeah, some people play on keyboard and mouse, also on really high level, but most people play on controller. Yeah.
All right. So let me just jump back here. So how long have you guys actually been doing this?
Like competitive level or Rocket League?
Say both.
Well, Rocket League for 2.5 years or something right now, since release.
So you've really been there since the beginning.
Yeah, that's a big part. I think we kind of grew with the game. Yeah.
I don't know. I started 1 month after the game came out, but competitively for a year and a bit, a year and a half maybe.
Something like
For
that.
me, yeah, a year and a half, I think.
Yeah.
And you too?
Yeah, I was a few months later than him.
Right, so did you guys join any other team, or did you just get into Method right away?
No, we were on Reason Gaming before, in the G-Finity Elite Series in London. He played first season, and I joined second season. He picked me up, because he was making a new team.
Right. So how is it like? I mean, being an e-sporter, pro gamer, actually making money by playing video games.
Yeah, super awesome.
It's kind of like the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you guys are still quite young, right? Because I'm already close to 30. And I
19.
still game, so I'm never gonna give up on that.
Good. Yeah,
So-
we're 19. Yeah.
So when you were 17, you were already hey, this is something that I'm gonna do professionally, and I'm really good at it, and let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit older. Yeah, 18, I think. When I was okay, I actually have a decent shot at making money of it.
See, because I can imagine that it's like not an easy step to make, you know, for people because you are still maybe going to school and you maybe have some other part-time jobs. You know, there's a whole different world to just play video games and actually make money of it and have some security.
Yeah, true. We just finished high school, so we just didn't go do a study yet. We had a gap year, so we had time to practice and become better.
And now you get to travel the world and compete and play your favorite game. It's your favorite game, right?
Yeah, true.
All right. So, do you guys have like a role? Because you two are really like the dynamic duo, right?
People say so.
People say so.
I don't really
Humble.
feel like that. No.
Because I read like it was at the last tournament, right? That you guys actually went undefeated.
Oh yeah, that was
Season
the one
two.
we won.
So
First season for me, second
I
season.
mean, I'm not a pro, at this game or
Mhm.
even like knowledge-wise. So, that's like quite something to achieve, right?
At that point, that was like the best thing to achieve for us
Yeah.
that moment. Like it was.
I mean, you
huge.
don't have to
It
be
still
shy
is.
about it, you know. Just say it was the best thing
I mean,
to do. You
it
know?
still was huge for me at least.
Yeah,
like looking
yeah,
back
it's huge.
back at it, it's like
Mhm.
the best win ever.
Pretty much the start of our
Yeah,
career, I guess.
it's like the highest amount I've ever won as well.
So that really took care of your career skyrocketing. Just
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, same here.
sounds like I may have made a wrong career choice. So so this game, do you guys like with what kind of setup do you actually prefer to play this game? Because it's eSports pro title, professional, competitive game title in the eSports world, and generally, the eSports titles, they really prefer to have a high frame rate and also to like, of course, a monitor that's a good company to high frame rate, so you can really make use of that. So is this also the case for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I started actually on a laptop. I played
On a
for
laptop?
a year. Yeah, I went to
Go notebook.
Lens in the Netherlands with my laptop.
Mhm.
Yeah, I played pretty well, but yeah, in the end, desktop is way better. And but I really liked it at first.
So it's like same case for you. Like, do you really prefer it? Like, do you notice like a big difference in how the game actually becomes? And
Yeah,
that,
between like 60 and 144 hertz is what I really feel. I've never played on 240 yet, so it's gonna be.
you're gonna
sick.
see.
I also think like the response time. That was something someone told me to pay attention to when buying a monitor. So I always
Mhm.
get like 1 ms.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think. That's called it.
The lower the number is, the better it is, for your input lag, and the response time in general for the pixels to switch. So, yeah, and I wonder how you guys are going to perform
Yeah, I'm looking
on
forward to it.
this model, because right now, of course, we only have one copy of this. So
Yeah.
I think midst of this gameplay, we're going to switch you guys around,
Yeah, sure.
and then so you can both have an experience with how this actually was for you guys. And I think without further ado, we should show the viewers what you guys can do.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Let's get into it.
And I'm going to just disappear in the corner and just watch people talking.
Wait,
Start this up. What?
how do I get to my Steam? Do you help me on this? Like,
Oh, sure.
I don't really know how to get into my own account from here.
Let me just first log out for you, and then you can.
Oh, there you go. Hold on.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah. So there you go.
Thanks.
So right now, you guys preparing for any other tournaments or something else that's coming up that's really big?
Yeah, we last week we qualified for the semi-finals of G-Infinity Elite Series in London.
Both of you, right? Because you're playing
Yeah.
as a team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So when are you guys actually going to compete there?
In 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks.
Yeah, not this
So
weekend.
right
but
now
the
you're
next
just
one.
practicing a lot.
Yeah, playing online tournaments as well. And
But when you guys actually playing online and just scrimming with other people, like, can you find the right people that's actually on the right level to,
Yeah, definitely.
practice with?
Just people you compete with in tournaments and online as well, high level.
Right. So here, I see that you're actually ticking a lot of boxes that will
Yep.
make the game look really good. Like, can you maybe tell the viewers like why you're doing that?
It's personal preference. It's mainly because I started on a laptop, so I just use low settings to get the max FPS, and I kind of got used to it.
Yeah. So once again, you just want to really crank out the FPS.
Yeah. Well, even though I have a setup, I can easily get 250 FPS on the highest settings, but I'm just so used to like playing on low settings that I just keep doing that because that's when I get my best performance. Do we just play a game together or?
I think whatever you guys are comfortable with. I think it's just about having some fun. Showing
Yeah,
people what you guys can do and what the game is actually about. Because there might be viewers that don't even know the game.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Sure. Guess I'll invite you. Do casual.
Just
Let's try and find a game.
Should he find him right?
Yeah.
There you go. Easy.
There we go. Pass me.
I messed up, dude.
It happens. Go, go, go.
Oh, yeah.
So weird. Nice.
I'm insane.
I see there are some people asking about the price. You guys can just continue playing.
Yeah,
and, by the way, you can just use the headset. Yeah, you can still have the sound.
Oh, it's fine.
That's
If
fine.
you don't need to, then okay.
Rocket League is not
So
really-
depending on your location, in the US it's already out, and there you can already buy it for like $4.92 US dollars. So even you're in Europe or any other place in the world, you just have to be a little bit more patient. So I'm a total noob at this game, right? So
Yeah.
I see you guys doing a lot of fancy stuff. Like, can you maybe like explain what you're actually doing? So just for the noobs, viewing this game too, that they can actually understand what you're doing. Because
Looks like me.
hey Mike, I thought you were in the highest league.
No, I'm not Grand Champion.
Oh.
I'm just a champion one.
Right.
Oh, that's not
Just
too bad.
Oh my.
so I see you guys like doing a lot of like I'll call it flips or something while you're in the air, and I actually
Yeah.
tried this game, and it was impossible for me to
Yeah.
touch the ball.
It's really different from any other game.
Yeah, because you guys make it look really easy,
Yeah.
but it's actually not that easy, right?
No, at first it isn't. I have a lot of hours in this game, like 5k, 5,000.
And for you, Rex?
Yeah, I got like 4k hours, I guess. It takes a lot of practice to get like used to regularly like being able to fly up and hit the ball properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really a grind if you want to get good.
It's really.
So it actually does make it easier to control when using a controller, because that's the whole point to it, right?
I
It's
think.
like personal
Yeah.
preference. Where you used to. Like some people played on PC all their life, but I always played on PS4.
Right. So you guys are like just a few minutes into the game, and you already have like 4 points.
That left.
Yeah.
You're-
They forfeit.
They forfeited.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what you get.
But can't you guys like
Rage quit.
It happens.
probably uninstall too. So it's just really easy for you guys, right? It seems than just practicing online with random people.
Yeah, we're not playing unranked right now because if we search for a game on our rank, it can take like up to 15 minutes of waiting.
Because there are so little people
Yeah,
Mm.
playing it.
yeah,
Because I actually, Mike actually showed me a graph, how many people are actually, the distribution of ranks and people. But there are actually just like 0.03% in the highest rank.
yeah.
Actually, in the last top 3 ranks, they're like in each just 0.01, 03, 05.
Yeah,
So I can imagine actually pretty hard to just get a match.
yeah, and even in the highest rank, there's a huge skill gap. Like, even if you're the highest rank, there's like such a difference. You gotta be like top 100 to like be on the top. At
I
least.
see. So looking at, this is like a team sport, right? Like a team play.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, do you two like have a specific role in this game?
No, you have like rotation, so everyone is pretty much everywhere. You just 3-man rotation. Just one guy goes, then the other guy goes for the pass either, or what happens after.
So you're not specifically bound to, just
No, you don't
one
have
guy
a
needs to
goalie
score
or
and
no, definitely not.
so then you really have to match each other's skills, probably.
Yeah,
And
synergy
the
is a huge
mindset
part.
as well. Like, if
Yeah.
you both have like the same
Mhm.
knowledge on the game or the same take, so that you like the same thing. Otherwise, you get into
Yeah,
each other's ways.
you can have 3 of the best players in the game, but they don't have to be good together.
Right. So how do you practice that part?
Play
Like
a lot
you two,
together.
for example. Like, did you guys always get along like in the beginning?
Yeah, just be friends at first, and then play a lot together. Just have fun as well. It's
Yeah.
the main part.
Don't really focus on getting better. Just focus on
Yeah.
enjoying the game instead.
So if you guys have to give some tips for other guys, out there who want to play this game or just who are really bad at this game or just trying really hard, like what would you actually tell them?
Don't get frustrated.
Don't get frustrated.
You have to accept it takes time. Yeah. Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah.
But how can you have fun if you're losing constantly?
If you're playing with friends, it can
Yeah.
be possible if you have got the right friends.
Well, my friends generally smash my TV with a controller if they lose. So
Yeah.
it's not always fun.
There's also like training packs out there if you want to like practice like
Yeah.
one specific thing, like aerials, so you can just do those instead.
Mhm. There's a Dutch guy in chat.
It seems to me that this Mike dude knows you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
I guess.
He's a
I got the
friend of
feeling
mine.
that he knows you guys. He really wants to play with you.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, because he's calling you a dweeb.
Okay, then.
Okay.
You guys are really attracting a lot of Dutch viewers. So it
Yeah.
seems.
Got some friends.
And orange shirts.
Okay, so there's Bart is saying method beating bot champ.
To Wiba.
Yeah. Trolls.
Hey, he's a season 5 Grand Champ. These guys are actually like.
Guys, you're being mocked. Someone is saying that's all you guys can do, beating bots.
That's fair.
Guess I'll accept it. Uninstalling right now.
Maybe you should tell them to play a game with you, against you.
They'll win.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Easy Gamer LP, for sending the sponsorship letter today to us and hoping your Fortnite clan gets sponsored.
Ooh.
I wish you a lot of luck. That's not our area of expertise in this case, but who knows? You just might get a sponsor, so good luck.
How's the 230 hertz feeling?
Pretty nice, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think Mike is feeling left all alone because he keeps screaming, dude.
It's okay. He's
Maybe a guy should wave to him.
She's very small. She won't even see us.
Oh, and just if you guys are interested, you can also see you guys on the screen there. So as you can see now, you just
Oh,
being
yeah,
broadcast
so.
by the webcam.
Yes.
And I hope, Rix, you have really enjoyed the 240 Hz beast. And
Yeah, I
I
am.
think it's time for you guys to do a little switch.
Actually,
You can get a
insane.
taste of it too.
Just leave the
Control
controller in.
Yeah, sure. Wait, the controls.
Isn't the controller like something
Oh,
holy?
yeah.
That's
We have
only
different
yours?
controls.
This is gonna be funny.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna play on Rix's Oh, where's your boost?
R1, what is yours?
Oh, circle.
I'm okay, I'm gonna play with
this
your
is gonna
controls.
be so weird.
It will be easy challenge, dude.
Okay.
Here, easy goal.
I mean, I don't think it actually matters because you guys already
Holy,
6-0 ahead.
This actually feels so much smoother.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Okay, I'm gonna call for another rage quit, and if it happens, I'm gonna get the last game code, guys. So let's hope it doesn't happen.
God, this is so weird.
Oh yeah, the boost. How do you play like this though?
Wait, how do you?
Mike,
Use
it's not
gas
nice
forward.
to game snipe, stream snipe. Come on.
You have 2 fingers?
Yes, I've
On
got
your
5
back?
actually.
No. I mean on the back of your controller.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Oh, that feels so weird.
Not with your setup, that's for sure.
No.
So, with what kind of setup do you guys actually practice at home?
I have a 144 hertz screen at least, so I can't play with 60. It's so different.
Yeah, same here.
So perhaps we can convince you after this that you should go for 240 hertz.
Yeah, definitely.
to play on the best.
I would actually buy it,
Yeah,
but it's
same.
like if you play certain LAN tournaments, they only provide you with 144 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have like a huge setback, and that's why I don't really want to get one.
I see. Well, that's why we're trying really hard to get this to be, you know, the monitor that's going to be used in esports in general.
Yeah,
Because a lot of
that would be
tournament
nice.
Organizers are already using this monitor.
Mm.
So who knows?
I would actually buy it then,
Yeah,
for
definitely. I was thinking about it, but yeah.
So I really don't think you guys are gonna get any decent opponents.
sure. This guy was like the highest ranked 3 seasons
Wait,
ago.
what? Yeah. Okay. So I noticed that they're really okay. Are they actually mentioning that butt boosting? Okay. Have you guys noticed that they actually know who they're playing with against?
Yeah, they probably do.
It feels so weird in settings.
Okay. According to Mike, Rix is very mean, and you just look like this to act.
Yeah, true.
But it's all an act.
Can confirm.
Yeah, I'm the nicest guy, right, Boris?
True. To me, you are.
So I can imagine, you know, you guys are not even playing seriously right now, right?
No.
So
I
if you
mean-
really go serious, you probably make them cry.
I mean, people crying about a loss.
Just let them score for the Brazil.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. My
Turning around.
own goal.
It's hard on your goal. He saved it. Okay. Unfortunate.
Go, go, go. Passing.
Yes. I'm missing.
You got this. Let's go.
The Brazil.
Spam quick chance.
Oh yeah, of course. Make you look
Don't forget to
toxic.
spam quick chance.
Well, Easy Gamer LP, I'm really happy you're so passionate about us, but I can't really tell you what happens if you get sponsored. But perhaps I can get back to you later if I get the right guy to answer the question.
No shit.
Well, surprise guys, another win.
That's what
It
we
didn't
do.
forfeit.
It's what you do.
I turned on voice chat. Oops.
Happens, dude. Why are you even here? I'm so confused.
Oops.
He does want to play again.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm fixing my controls.
Oh, you're actually
I'm cheating
Good
the
idea.
system.
back to default.
Easy ready up.
Arrow.
Oh wait, I didn't put scoreboard on something. Oh, I did.
You have to play a bit on your own.
But you guys are constantly playing 2v2s, right?
Yes.
Right now, yeah.
So if you play 3v3, that's also possible, right?
Yeah, it
yes,
is. It is.
It is.
Then that guy actually just gets a free rank boost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Team.
If he gets us in his team.
So you do a lot of those flips in air, like doesn't have a specific function,
You mean like the front flip? Like on the ground?
flip.
Or?
like when you're in the air.
Yeah, mainly it's to hit the ball harder.
Yeah, you get more power behind the
Yeah.
ball. if you
So
flip.
it's sort of like a boost.
Yeah, it's like that bit of extra power you get.
So now he just gave you a pass, but he got intercepted.
Yeah, fortunately.
I mean, you know, for someone who doesn't know the game, you know, everything happens really fast.
That's what my parents tell me as well. That they don't understand what's going on. I'm missing this.
I mean, I can see, you know, what's going on actually, but I can't read, you know, your tactics. You probably have some strategy behind it, like you're passing the ball at a certain speed or something, and it all just really happens really fast, and you guys just make it look really easy.
Yeah, you really have to adapt to what happens, because sometimes it's really random. So you pretty much gotta be prepared for everything.
Took you guys a while to score this time.
Yeah, scared.
Some worthy opponents.
So, Ja, tomorrow in the lunch break, Rocket League?
You gotta give me a night to practice first.
Really quick boot.
I'm unranked. You're at the highest rank, almost.
No, not the highest. That's Grand Champion. Not even close to
I
that.
said almost. But you still belong in the range of 0.03%, right, Mike?
I'm not sure.
Boom.
Someday.
Oh.
So you just
Got me.
destroyed a car.
Yeah.
So now he has to respawn probably and wait a few seconds.
Yes.
So in that time you can have the 2v1 advantage.
Yes. It's really big.
The steal.
Close. I missed.
What? Oh.
Yeah, so
Like
debating because of the names. I thought I had it, and then I realized I'm Burrito B.
Oh, that's my name game chat.
Yeah, you guys are being noticed.
Yeah.
Please, Burrito, sign me.
Wait, did he say that?
Yes, it's his name. Hello. He changed his name.
Wow.
So I think the esports
Thanks.
world is all fun, you know, and a lot of competitiveness. But have you guys like had noticed any setbacks, or you know, sometimes you know maybe something goes wrong backstage, or you know, if you lose a match, you get really angry. So is it like always fun, or is it you know sometimes you know some bad things also happen?
Definitely
Yeah,
not.
there's definitely bad times and hard times, but it's worth it for sure.
Yeah.
Like losing is always annoying, right? It's sad to lose a very important match, but it happens. Just gotta keep going.
Yep.
Part of esports.
So a good tip for the viewers, huh? Just be patient.
Yeah. Don't give
Because
up.
even the best have noticed some bad times.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone loses.
Oh.
They're putting up quite a good match. You only scored 2.
Yeah, they're
Not
nuts.
trying as hard.
Oh. Nice. To you.
So-
You scored.
That was a nice little trick, huh?
Yeah, you can do a lot of team plays as well, passing to each other. It's whatever you prefer. What? It's so hard to play on a different setup.
Close one. Is he scoring?
No. To me.
I messed up. This guy's name is actually cracking me up.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Oh. No. Oh my god. Oh, lucky.
Oh, it went up. Nice.
There we go.
There's a little time left to make them rage quit.
Oh my god, the chat.
Yeah, let's not read the chat.
Yeah.
It's not viewer friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, close. Oh, he's not even there.
Yeah, so I think we're actually really having a lot of fun here, but I think unfortunately this is going to be the last game we'll be playing, and we'll be going back to the viewers and you know maybe have some last questions. So guys, if you have some questions for these two quote-unquote cuties, as you say it, ask them, because there might be a last chance.
This is it.
This is the one. Are you ready? Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
Gimme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh.
it's way better than me.
Time to do a good save.
Mm.
Yup. Easy, dude.
Yo.
It's an open goal.
Oh.
Both
Double
dead.
kill.
Easy.
You guys are really putting up some show in the last seconds.
Every second counts. Extra points, so you level up faster.
So if time passes by, beyond 0, so as long as the ball doesn't touch the ground, you can still continue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people score like that. Or a lot, just happens. It's really frustrating.
But you need some accuracy to keep the ball in the air constantly.
Yeah, definitely. Takes a lot of training.
No.
Keep it up.
Well, seems like this is the time, so let's go. Too easy, guys.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, I think this was way too easy for you guys, but I think it was a good demonstration to show the viewers, on what kind of level you guys are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for you guys, I hope that, more tournaments, organizing Rocket League are going to implement 240 Hz monitors.
Yeah,
And
so-
you guys can, maybe even go a level higher.
Yep.
And for now, maybe if you have something to say to the viewers and maybe some last tips and tricks or, whatever they should do if they want to become a pro Rocket League player, maybe play against you even eventually, go ahead.
You can start off.
Don't be
fun.
shy, guys.
Just, keep grinding. Have fun. Don't rage.
Tilt. Yep. Don't tilt, guys. Don't get toxic.
Just spam what to say.
Don't
Well,
listen to
alright, guys. So maybe it's something for you too, Rix.
Yeah, just I don't know, have fun, get some friends.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of online sites you can like find teams with.
So
or
if I'm
players to
friendless,
find.
then I'm done.
Easy.
Alright, guys, get some friends. Real tips from the pros. So, alright then, guys. Thank you very much for joining. I've had a lot of fun, even though I don't understand the game. But I feel like I understand it already. And I think you guys show the viewers, what you guys are really made of. And too easy. And I really hope to maybe see you guys again next time. So for now, I wish you guys a lot of luck during your next tournament.
Thank you.
And
Thanks.
may the best happen to you.
Yes.
Alright, guys. Wave them out. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
So, the last giveaway draw. Let's see who is the last winner. Let's go, guys. Mike. Just in case they forgot the controller.
Yeah, we'll fix that later.
Okay, so let's see who is the winner. Drums. It's my favorite food. It's kebab. Kebab, congratulations! You won the last game code.
For guilty pleasure.
So have fun with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And for just a repeat for all you guys that have already won the game code, we'll be contacting you soon by email to tell you, how to win, how to redeem the code. And even if you still haven't won any codes, don't worry. Go purchase one of the MSI RTX 2070, 2080, 2080 Ti, or just a gaming desktop with one of these cards in it, and you can still get a copy of the game codes. So go for it. And before we close the stream, I want to give you a last reminder that we will have a Christmas special on the 26th of December. So if you have any questions, just write them down. Just put them in the link. Here you can see msi.com/2/insider. There you can post all your questions that you want to ask us. Some personal questions or anything that you're wondering about. For me, for Mike, who's also here today behind the camera, for Peter, Eric, anyone, just write them down, send the link, send a question to the link, and we'll be drawing the best questions. And of course, you get a surprise, not from us and from Senta. So guys, go for it. And I hope you have a lot of fun today and learn a lot about a new monitor and what, what all the hertz is about, G-SYNC. And I hope I did well from the first time for you guys and that you have fun. I definitely have fun, and I'm looking forward to the next time. So guys, have a good day, and thanks for watching.